What's up, everybody? Happy New Year's. Welcome to 2020. New year, new decade, which is pretty cool. And with that, new resolutions for all things in life, including the hobby, which I like to call hobby goals, because in my mind, with my psychological warfare, when it sounds like a hobby goal, it sounds a bit more realistic to achieve than a resolution. I don't know why. With that said, I'm going to go over a quick recap of some of the 2019 stuff I was able to accomplish and get a start on, and then I'll want to talk about my personal hobby goals for 2020. And I encourage you to do the same in the comments. Share how 2019 went and what your goals are for 2020 with the hobby. Psychological warfare style, I feel like once you do that, you might be just a little bit more inclined to try to achieve it. So with all that said, in 2019, it saw me get my hobby space / nerd office HQ, if you will, up and running the way more or less I want it to be, at least for the room it's in. I don't foresee it changing for at least a little bit of time, so that's pretty cool. And with doing that, I was able to then work on and repair my Warhound Titan Apollo, which is all set and done. There's a couple videos on that. That was fun to do, and it's now done. So that opens the way to painting. So those two goals are goals achieved. As far as making any strides in painting, I did hardly any of that. I did make progress on the Sekhmet Terminator, decent progress. He's fully assembled. All I have left to do is some highlighting in some areas, and a couple of those areas I've got to put some paint on, like his helmet lens, and a couple areas I've got to get black detail on it. And then he needs transfers and his base. But he's good progress from where he was. But he's still not done, that poor model. So that's some progress there. Nothing else past that painting-wise, which is an achievement of a goal. I didn't want to get sidelined and go off on a tangent painting style by just doing stuff random before the segment's done. So he's a stopgap or stopgate, whatever you want to call it, for painting. But I also stayed true to that, and I didn't go off, even though I want to do other stuff on top of doing more segment guys. So anyway, those are some of the goals. As far as streamlining and compartmentalizing and breaking things down that I have for the hobby, getting rid of old paint, getting rid of old stuff, not bits and kits or anything, but just getting rid of things, making space in my storage stuff for the hobby so I can store things more properly. I did some work towards that, definitely a lot more to go. So with 2020, I have some goals in mind. Chief among them is to finish this Sekhmet Terminator. He's been sitting incomplete, for so long, way longer than it should be. I want to finish him. And that involves a multi-tiered level for basically the goal of doing more painting this year in the hobby. And one of those goals is to, multifaceted style, is to get back into the swing of things painting. I need to, even if it's just for 10 minutes or so, sit down and do some painting. Not necessarily every day. You don't want to make it a harsh, rigid structure and make it feel like a chore. But I've talked about the benefits and the way in which you can make progress, even with just a little bit of time, a few days a week, makes progress overall. And I just haven't done that step at all. So I got to build up my drive to want to paint, which will help me get the Sekhmet Terminator done and then work on other models. Another part of that multifaceted tier approach is to clean up my hobby station. It's part of I put it as part of the paint more stuff goal for 2020, because when your hobby station is all cluttered, like mine's been since I moved it, you have less of a drive to want to occupy its space and do stuff with it, because, oh man, look at all this clutter I gotta work around or try and clean up, and you just don't do it. Because it's not like it's dirty, it's just cluttered, and I gotta get stuff in their proper space. So once I do that, I feel that plus finishing the Sekhmet Terminator will open doors to do more painting, get the creative juices flowing again to hopefully get some more painting going on. And part of that progress is going to be the realization that, as much as I like playing video games, MechWarrior 5, Destiny 2, other stuff out there, and watching movies and whatnot, I can do that and do some painting, not necessarily literally at the same time. With the movies you could, but I could do them parallel to each other. And I can just do painting for 5, 10, 15 minutes or so. It's throughout the week, one day and then another day or whatever it is, whenever I can. And that'll make real progress. And making progress once helps you want to make more progress. And you keep that chain rolling and you get your painting done. So I just got to get working and cracking on all of that. Another hobby goal is to continue the compartmentalizing and breaking down of stuff, storing things, organizing things. Basically having the clutter be less clutter and space being taken up less by the hobby. And, in a smart way. I'm not getting rid of anything like in the garbage that doesn't deserve to be there, like old paints that are used up, or paints that have gone off, which can happen, or paints that are too dry to recover, stuff like that. Random bits of sprue and styrofoam that I really don't need anymore, I can get rid of. Just random raw bits of sprue. I have plenty of stuff for basing and whatever. So yeah, I want to get working and cracking on doing that, make more progress, some real good, decent progress that way. As another goal. And I would like to get into the swing of thing with this edition. I haven't done any gaming with this edition at all. I haven't even built a list or anything like that. So I really want to get cracking and get buckled down a little bit and at least have some lists built for 8th edition. The problem with gaming is I am basically equidistant between two different gaming stores, one that I've never been to, one that I've been to a decent amount. Throughout the week, I'm basically booked because of work. I'm not doing anything after work unless it's on a Friday or anything like that. And then on the weekends, I got the errands I know what to do and whatnot. So being the distance I am from them, which is roughly 45 minutes or so, it's not too far. It makes it infeasible to go or unfeasible to go at all, but it's far enough to make you make you question going without having a real reason to go in mind. So it makes it kind of hard on your psyche a bit to try and just show up and hang out and do stuff, because the distance is there and I got other things I know I have to do. So I want to try and get back into swing thing, hobby-wise, gaming-wise, but we'll see. That's a stretch goal for sure. But another goal that I feel a bit more realistic to achieve, at least make progress on, is to get better with this channel. Not so much get better quality. Heavens no, that's not going to happen. I don't have the time. But this isn't my job. This is a hobby within the hobby. I have no budget. I have no skill, which is why the videos are the way they are. I would love to be able to get back into how I was able to make videos and not use Movie Maker from Windows, but I don't foresee that happening, at least not for a bit yet. But I just want to get more consistent in videos produced, and I want to be more on top of the comment section. I see the comments that people post for requests and other stuff, and it's great to see it, and I try to get to it when I can. My problem is if I see it throughout the week, I basically am MIA with the hobby throughout the week, unfortunately. Outside of maybe uploading some videos I have ready to go throughout the week randomly. So the weekend comes, and then I kind of forget about stuff. I'm only human, it happens. So I want to get better with that, because it's fun to do this hobby. I'm not ready to call it quits yet, although some of you probably think I should. But anyways, so I just want to get a little bit better with doing this channel a little bit. It's in its 11th year, and it's just fun to do and be this little niche of the YouTube wargaming scene out there in a distant corner for people to stumble across randomly and check out. Anyways, so that's pretty much my goals. Stretch goal is to actually get maybe some games in 2020, which most likely won't happen, but at least I can make steps to prepare for gaming again. Definitely get painting going, get cleaning up and organizing stuff better, and the workspace and all that, and then get this channel a bit more streamlined and going a bit better than just being the happenstance of stuff as it is. Anyways, what are your goals for 2020? What did you achieve in 2019? Not every goal or not every year has to be, expanding your army or making a whole new army. A lot of housekeeping, behind the scenes stuff is crucial and shouldn't be forgotten about either. And that's pretty much what most of my goals are about. So those are still worthy goals to achieve and focus on and do. So new year, new decade, new hobby you perhaps, who knows? Share it in the comments section. Thanks very much for sticking through it and stopping by. And until next time, take it easy.